Can a portable power station really power an entire workstation for hours? This is the question I'll be answering in today's video. Today we are talking about the EcoFlow Delta 2. This is a power station I got off Jumia. I will put the product listing. I've been living with the EcoFlow Delta 2 for the past 3 months, and here are the things I've noticed. The positives, the negatives, and all in all. I'll show you what it does well, what it doesn't, and whether it is worth the asking price. First of all, what is the box? The box comes with the EcoFlow Delta 2, the AC charging cable, car charging cable, user manual, and some paperwork. The spec at a glance: the EcoFlow Delta 2 comes with a 980 watt-hour battery, 500 watts maximum output. It weighs 7.8 kilograms. It can take up to 3,000 charge cycles. It supports solar charging. It also, like one of the most important feature. The fast charging is basically when you plug your power station to the wall, then you plug your DC outlet to the power station. But like when the power station charges to 100%, it switches directly to the DC, so it doesn't charge. Your DC outlet is not using from the power station's battery; it is using from your wall circuit directly. It has a very good app control and monitoring. And as for the price, it cost me 431,600 naira. 980 watt-hour battery basically is a 1 kilowatt battery. This power station can hold my entire setup for 5 hours and still have 30% of its battery left. And when I'm talking about my setup, I'm talking about 2 monitors and my laptop, a Starlink, and a Gen 3 router. So it runs this entire setup for 5 hours from 100 to 30%. After 30%, the power station turns on. When we talk about I/O ports and connectivity, it comes with 4 AC outlets, 2 1000 watts USB-C ports at the front, 4 USB-A ports, 12 volts car charging ports. This supports car charging, so you can go for a drive, plug your power station, and your power station should be charged up substantially by the time you get back from the drive. Then it has, I think, 4 DC ports at the back. So for real performance, basically, I mostly use this as a kind of UPS, basically. But now I stream on TikTok, so I don't want the frequent power outages to affect my stream and have to make me start again. Also, for somebody that like runs a Starlink, it's not so optimized to have your Starlink always restarting if the power or the light goes off or shakes. So it's something that it always keeps my Starlink on, and it's good for when I'm streaming. So if I'm streaming and the power goes out, I know I'm assured a solid amount of, I can end the stream properly, basically. One of the best features of the EcoFlow is the app experience. Like for the app experience, I don't know how to explain. Like I would have a screen recording of the app playing as I'm explaining this to you. You can monitor your EcoFlow anywhere. Like if I want to know if there's light in my house, I just go to the EcoFlow app, look at it. If the EcoFlow is charging, I know there's light at home. If the EcoFlow is not charging, I know there's no light at home, basically. So the app monitoring experience, I think that is one thing I would give it over a lot of power stations, because there are some other brand power stations that don't have this feature. You can track charging status, you can check charging speed. So basically it has a feature where you can set like the charging speed to battery optimized, you can set it to fast charging. So if you're in somewhere where you don't really get that much light, you can set it where the minute it sees light, it charges at the maximum capacity, it gets to 100. So I think that's good for people who stay in areas that don't have light or who use generators to charge. So you can on your generator, charge it with the max charging speed, and it gets full in around maybe 2 to 3 hours, and you have another 5 hours of battery life available for your workspace. It also gives the whole experience a very premium feel. It makes the EcoFlow experience a very premium feel. That is one thing I would give the app. The app makes it very premium feeling. For the charging support, it supports pass-through charging, like I mentioned earlier. It supports to be used while being charged, so you can use it while charging. It will just increase the charging speed to make sure that the battery is always charging. Noise level, for the noise level, it is very quiet under normal loads. The only time you hear the fan pick up is when the ambient temperature begins to pick up a bit, or you are charging at max capacity. So if you are charging at max capacity, you hear the fan pick up a bit, or if you are drawing a lot of load and the ambient temperature is increasing, you hear the fan kick up, and the fan can be very noisy, trust me. But I think if you're using it at normal loads, the noise levels are minimal. But the disadvantage is that you can get some power stations at a much cheaper price. But with the premium feel and the app experience and the monitoring and the tracking and the charging speed adjustments, I feel the price they charged seems more, let's say, favorable. Like it's not favorable per se, but like I can see why they're charging that premium because of the experience you get. Another thing I don't really like is the fan noise on the heavy load. So if it's like I drain the power station and I have to charge it again from 0, although there's a setting I set where if it gets to 30%, it turns off. So with that setting, I really don't drain it to 0. So I basically have 70% of the power station holds my whole setup for 5 hours. So I think that's a more like I don't use it to 0. So for the things I love, it has excellent battery life, it has a reliable 5-hour runtime for my setup, great app control and monitoring, plenty of ports, pass-through charging, solar charging. It can support solar panels if you are someone that's planning on expanding your setup and incorporating solar panels. This is a power station that you can look forward to and be happy with. Also, since you have a lot of app monitoring, you can know when something is blocking your solar panel or it's a bit cloudy and your battery is not charging to full capacity. Long lasting 3000 charge cycles, that's a very good plus for me. Quiet operation most of the time, and that's true. If you are using, like now it's at 100%, I'm using it at 100%, and I think you can't hear it from the mic, so I think it runs very quietly. So final verdict, it's not the cheapest power station, but with all the additions and with all the features, I think it's the right fix for me, because I'm somebody that likes monitoring my power draw. I'm also somebody that likes looking at statistics. I like knowing what is going on my power station, so I tend to like the monitoring features. And the fact that I can run my setup for a solid 5 hours and I know that I still have 30% battery left is one of the biggest plus for me.